Welcome to the Nifty Chicks, and welcome to this week's episode of the Nifty News. In this episode, we talk about the possible tightening of regulations in the world of crypto, how the infamous scammer Anna Sorokin has a new NFT venture. Not sure how I feel about that. What Bill Gates think about digital images of monkeys, and how Nickelodeon is bringing us back to the 90s with their new NFT collection. Let's do this. Welcome to the Nifty Chicks. Hi, Minty Cell. How are you?
Hi, Jen FT. I'm just so excited for next week. I can't even contain myself.
Seriously, so am I. And we were just talking about packing lists. I am so unprepared. It's not even funny.
I'm probably going to get out my suitcase tonight and start just arranging and picking out the outfits and getting all my gear together. And I cannot wait for NFT NYC.
It's going to be so much fun. I'm so excited. I know that there's a lot of listeners that are going to be there. There's a lot of artists that we've interviewed that are going to be there. So I cannot wait to see all of you in real life next week.
Agreed. And I know we've said it before, but just as a reminder, we are speaking on a panel on Thursday at the
Edison Ballroom.
Edison Ballroom. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So
Thursday afternoon, 3:50 is our time as of now. I have not seen that it's changed, but we'll know 100% tomorrow, I believe.
That's right. And also, you have been asked to moderate the panel, which is so exciting. I know you're going to crush it.
Yes, I'm very excited about that. And then there's also some other ancillary events that we are going to be a part of. The first one is on Monday, the 20th at the Baddies Summit. And I'm going to be hosting a speed networking event during that little mini conference. And then we are also going to be at Web She on Thursday, the 23rd. We are still working out the details on that because we've got our speaking for NFT NYC, and then we're just trying to, work out the times. So we'll definitely keep you posted on that. So definitely check out the links. We will have the links for those events in the show notes. Yeah. And in case you didn't know, this is something we actually haven't mentioned that much, and we should be. And that is that you can easily access our show notes at any time at theniftychicks.io/whatever show number that is. So this is going to be show number 69. So it'd be theniftychicks.io/69.
Yes. Awesome. And for those of you that are going to be at NFT NYC, I will say there is going to be so much going on. They've just started to outline the programming, and you can see that on the NFT NYC website. So you can see now an initial draft of the program. Obviously, with every conference, things are going to change. But what's not on there are all the events that people are hosting outside of the official event and conference. So you and I, Minty Cell and I, are going to be beat bopping around different events, and we're going to try to keep everyone updated on Twitter and Instagram using stories and YouTube Shorts on where we are at that time, so you can also come join us wherever we are, because we're going to be bopping around and checking out all that we possibly can.
Yes, it's going to be amazing.
So fun.
So should we get into the news? What do you think?
Yes, okay. I think we've got some good stories today.
So this one, I had to add this. It's not necessarily NFT related, but obviously it's crypto space. And so Celsius seems to be melting down. And I don't know how familiar you are with this, Jenna, but I had been invested in Celsius and had money staked out there for at least a good year. And I was listening to the Bad Crypto podcast, and they had somebody come on that said, to you might want to consider getting your money off of these various staking platforms. And I listened and got my money off a few weeks ago. So I am one of the lucky ones that didn't lose in this situation, which I'm very, very grateful for. But basically, Celsius Network is having issues and they have put a freeze on everything. You can't withdraw your money. And a lot of people that had their, crypto staked on the Celsius network are now wondering if they're ever going to see that money again.
Yeah, that's scary. You think that you're putting your crypto in a safe environment, kind of similar to like a bank, right?
Mhm.
And anytime I put money into a bank or into an organization like Celsius, my assumption is that it's my money. I'm giving it to them. They're going to, utilize it as they see fit. But ultimately, it's my money. And therefore, anytime I want it, I can pretty much get it, with the exception of like some banks have like a $500 withdrawal limit per day. But you can make an exception, right? So you can always make the assumption that you can always get your money back from banks. And that's the scary thing, is that as the crypto markets in the recent days took a pretty steep nosedive, a lot of
Mhm.
people were worried, and their initial reaction was, let me get my money out. And
Right.
Celsius, and I want to say that there was another, I think it was Binance, that also put a temporary freeze on withdrawals, which is scary because, man, like in my mind, that is my money. I should be able to take it back anytime I want.
Right.
But yes, so there was a freeze on withdrawals. So you see the steep decline, you go to withdraw, and all of a sudden you can't.
Yeah.
And Celsius is one of them. I believe Binance is another organization that put a freeze on BTC withdrawals specifically. And so it's something to always think about. If you are in a position where you may need to rely on your investments for any specific reason, keep some of it, in your own wallet, accessible, not staked. Basically, like keep cash on hand, wherever you want, wherever you feel most safe, because I guess, even though it seems totally crazy to me, they have the right to freeze withdrawals. So it's good to know. Super good learning.
Right. Yeah, it's really unfortunate. And I mean, now they're saying that because of these things happening in the crypto space, we're looking at more regulations. And that definitely, the US regulators had already been looking at this, but now it seems like maybe it's going to speed things up
Yeah.
potentially.
And I think there are, for every person I've met that have been like anti regulators, anti government, anti any sort of kind of laws or, whatever around crypto, I meet someone who has really good reason why more regulation would actually benefit the world of crypto.
Right. Right.
So
Like in this case where
exactly,
all these
exactly.
people don't know what they're going to, if they're going to get their money back or not.
Exactly. So, I mean, wherever you fall on that scale, whether you're kind of pro regulation or against regulation, either way, it looks like it's going to be, if more situations like this continue to happen, we're going to see more regulation kind of
Yeah.
stepping up their game.
Yeah. So I did just want to add, Celsius is keeping you updated as to what is happening. So you can find that on their blog. And again, the link will be in the show notes at theniftychicks.io/69. So you can stay updated as to what's happening with Celsius. So this one, did you watch the Netflix? What was it? What was the
Inventing
title of
Anna.
this?
Inventing Anna.
Inventing Anna. Yeah, yeah.
And I did not. My husband did and loved it. He
Okay.
said it was actually really good. And
Yeah,
so I know a lot about it, but I physically did not sit there and watch Inventing Anna.
yeah. I actually did watch it and it was good. However, I don't think that this is good for the space. That convicted scammer, Anna Sorokin, is going to start selling NFTs. I
Yeah.
mean, let's talk about, I mean, we already have, so many scams and rugs and things that go wrong in the NFT space. And now we're literally having a convicted scammer coming into the space.
Yeah. It's not a good
Yeah.
look. It's definitely
No.
not a good look. I mean, we're constantly trying to fight off the kind of scammer image that NFTs have, because you and I believe that not all NFTs are scams. There's a lot of really great projects out there. There's a lot of really great people in the NFT space, and we want to highlight those good things in the NFT space. And we believe in it. I believe in it long term. But amidst all of that, there's a ton of kind of scammers and issues that we're constantly talking about in the show. And for me, I'm like, gosh, this is for a convicted, like an infamous scammer, is one of the most famous scammers in all of history, is now
Right.
going to be stepping into the NFT space. And you're like, God, that's just making the image worse. I
I
don't
know.
love it.
I know. It's so frustrating. So
Yeah.
apparently she's gonna mint 10 NFTs, and it like just it makes me laugh because I mean if you can't laugh with them, but so they get access to her. Well, who wants that? You get
You know,
one-on-one phone calls with her. I'm
Minty
like,
Cell, I'm telling you, there are going to be people paying a lot of money for this. I
oh, I'm
guarantee you.
sure. I'm sure there will be. I know there will be.
I mean, if there's
But
10 NFTs and all of them, I'm not sure if all of them come with a one-on-one phone call with her, but I know
right.
that some of them do. I guarantee you that like maybe 9 of them will be pro Anna and been like, "Oh my gosh, I love you. I've followed you and I don't think you're actually what they say about you is true." But there's going to be one who literally buys the NFT just to call her and be like, "You are a terrible human. Like I bought this NFT so I could talk to you direct like face to face that you're terrible and what you've done is
Right.
terrible."
Yeah.
But yeah, I guarantee you these NFTs are gonna do just fine.
Yeah, and so there's a video on this link that is in the show notes. I couldn't even it's only 5 minutes long. I think I made it to about minute 2 and was like, I can't even listen to her any longer. I
Yeah.
was so annoyed with it. So,
So I did watch the whole video, and because I felt like the need, because I didn't watch Inventing Anna, I felt like I needed to watch the whole video. And
mhm.
she does say herself that she has a ton of support after the Netflix series, a ton of support and people who are on her side and see things the way that she does. And it's very
Yeah.
strange.
Oh, anyway, rolling my eyes. Oh, and here's another uh Bill Gates. Of course, Bill Gates and Warren Buffett, they know everything, right? So Bill
Yeah.
thinks that crypto and NFTs are a sham.
Yeah, and we'll post this video, one of the videos of his interview on the show notes. But one of the things that he says is he starts off with saying, like, oh, yeah, expensive digital images of monkeys will improve the world immensely. Like, obviously, total sarcasm.
Right.
But like, what he's essentially mocking the Bored Apes NFT project. And kind of, he talks about this is 100% based on greater fool theory. Crypto and NFTs are 100% based on greater fool theory, which, I mean, hey, there's no way that everyone is going to be pro NFTs. There's going to be two, sets of people, probably three sets of people who are pro
Mhm.
NFTs, against NFTs, and everybody in between who may just not know enough about NFTs. So I don't think anyone's goal is to convince Bill Gates that NFTs and crypto is the future, or that it's great for the world in many ways. He's he's a human and he's allowed to his own opinions, but I'm not sure he needed to go ahead and like mock the Bored Apes and all that they've built. They've done a pretty good
Right.
job, I have to say. So
Right.
like, I don't know.
Yeah, I just, I mean, I get that, like, fine, have your own opinion, but agreed. Like, you don't need to mock and call out other people that are trying to do something in the industry and are doing things. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like Warren Buffett saying that Bitcoin is rat poison. And so,
Right.
yeah.
Right.
So this news is exciting. Nickelodeon is hinting at they dropped a trailer for the 90s or 90s inspired NFTs.
Yeah.
And the trailer is actually really cute. How fun is that? Let's do
That
it
is
again.
so fun.
So it says summer 2022. So we don't really know exactly when that means, but apparently sometime soon. Nickelodeon's going to be dropping a 90s collection. And yeah.
I love that it starts off with like, this trailer may induce moderate to severe nostalgia. Like,
Right.
because immediately when I saw this, I was just like, oh my gosh, Nickelodeon. I grew up on Nickelodeon. This is so awesome. It's so
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It should be very interesting. I'm excited to see like what they'll put in the collection.
Yeah, I see the Rugrats, Hey Arnold. I mean, those are classics. I think I watched every episode of those things, and this is just exactly how I want to end this news segment on this article.
And
Because
yes, on a much better note compared to all
yeah, yeah,
the rest of the news that we talked about today, because at
and
least this is something fun and exciting to look forward to.
yeah, and it does say that the 90s collection, which will, when is it going to debut? 2022? Did I say the 2022?
It said summer 2022, so
Okay.
hopefully.
Yeah, so it does say that the 90s collection NFT will drop on the Polygon based Recur platform. So that is something we're going to have to get everyone a tutorial on how to get set up on Polygon and with the Recur platform, because I am not
Yeah,
familiar with that, but I will absolutely be checking these Nickelodeon NFTs out for sure.
definitely. So that's it for the news today. And I just want to remind everybody to let us know if you're going to be at NFT NYC, and be sure to follow us. As Jen FT mentioned, we will be posting stories and sharing YouTube shorts and all that while we're in New York. So, connect with us on the social media platforms so you can stay updated as to where we are and what we're doing in NYC next week.
That's right. And as always, thank you so much for listening to the Nifty Chicks. Cannot wait to see you all next week. And always remember, invest in yourself. You are worth it. Please listen carefully to the following disclaimer. Neither the host nor the guests of the Nifty Chicks podcast are acting in the capacity of financial advisors. We wish to remain transparent and impartial to the NFT community at all times, and therefore, the content provided by the Nifty Chicks hosts and guests are intended for general information purposes only. Nothing written or discussed by the Nifty Chicks hosts and guests should be construed or relied upon as investment, financial, legal, regulatory, accounting, tax, or similar advice. Nothing should be interpreted as a solicitation to invest in any cryptocurrency or NFT, and nothing herein should be construed as a recommendation to engage in any investment strategy or transaction. Please be advised that it is in your own best interest to consult with investment, legal, tax, or similar professionals regarding any specific situation and any prospective transaction decisions. You must do your own research when considering investing in cryptocurrencies or NFTs. We are simply sharing our journey with you as we learn more about the world of NFTs. Happy minting.